The 26th of May 2026, the skateboarding world lost one of its most creative and influential figures ever to step on a board. Marc Johnson, the legendary street skater who redefined what was possible on four wheels, died at just 49 years old. His longtime friend and fellow pro skater Louie Barletta broke the news in a statement published by Thrasher magazine, and his words were haunting. Quote, "Marc was a genius and a tortured soul. Everything he did was art." But here's what makes this story so mysterious. Just weeks before his death, Marc visited Barletta in San Jose. He was sober, he was healthy, he was full of life. He even handed over a 3-page list of his hopes and dreams for the future. So what happened? In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to tell you the full story of Marc Johnson, his difficult childhood in a North Carolina trailer park, his rise to become Thrasher's Skater of the Year, his battles with addiction and mental health, his mysterious final days, and the legacy he left behind. This is Marc Johnson's final journey. Cause of death. The mystery remains. Let me address the question everyone is asking first. What killed Marc Johnson? The honest answer is that no official cause of death has been publicly released. His friend Louie Barletta confirmed that when Marc visited him in San Jose less than a month before his death, he appeared sober, healthy, and full of life. Barletta wrote, "We had a blast reminiscing about the old days. He seemed genuinely excited about the future. He even extended his ticket by a couple of days so he could explore some of the old haunts around San Jose." But here's the twist. Barletta also questioned why Marc chose to visit him when he did. He asked, "I don't know why he chose to come visit me. Was there some bigger purpose to it? Or was he looking for closure?" Those words have left fans speculating. Was Marc saying goodbye without saying it? The truth is, we may never know exactly what happened. The family has not released details, and for now, the cause of death remains a mystery. Early life, the trailer park to pro. To understand Marc Johnson, you have to go back to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He was born on the 6th of January 1977. His childhood was brutal. He grew up in a trailer at the end of a dirt road. His family was extremely poor, and his father, a wandering addict, abandoned them. In a candid 2013 interview, Marc opened up about his family. Quote, "I never had much of a family experience. Most of my relatives have passed away, and I have no contact with the other ones I know of. My father didn't help us out when I was growing up. We were so poor." He even shared a heartbreaking story about his grandmother. When Marc's family was starving, she told his mother, "You guys aren't my problem anymore." That pain shaped him, but it also drove him. At 13 years old, Marc discovered skateboarding, and everything changed. The escape, leaving North Carolina. Marc Johnson picked up a skateboard at 13, and he was a natural. Just 3.5 years later, at only 16 or 17 years old, he got a random opportunity. A car was heading back to California, and Marc jumped in. He left everything behind, the trailer, the poverty, the broken family. He headed west with nothing but his board and his dream. In a 2017 interview, he recalled, "I'd been skating for 3.5 years, so from 13 to like 16 or 16.5. Then I got just a random fucking opportunity to get in a car that was heading back to California. That decision changed his life forever. He landed in the Bay Area, specifically San Jose, and that's where he found his tribe. Tilt Mode Army, changing skateboarding forever. In San Jose, Marc Johnson became a key figure in a group called the Tilt Mode Army. This wasn't just a skate crew. It was a collective of skateboarders and filmmakers who changed how skate videos were made. They blended technical street skating with humor, personality, and raw creativity. The Tilt Mode Army helped establish Northern California as a major hub of skateboarding culture during the late 1990s and early 2000s. And Marc Johnson? He was the genius at the center of it all. His style was unlike anyone else's. Precision, creativity, unconventional trick selection. He didn't just skate spots, he reimagined them. One fellow skater put it simply, everything he did was art. But Marc's biggest moments were still ahead. The peak, Skater of the Year, 2007. 2007 was the year Marc Johnson became a legend. First, Thrasher magazine named him Skater of the Year, one of the most prestigious honors in the entire sport. But that wasn't all. That same year, Marc dropped a video part in Lakai's landmark skate film, Fully Flared. To this day, That section is considered one of the most celebrated parts in the history of street skateboarding videos. His technical precision, his creativity, his ability to make impossible tricks look effortless, it all came together in those few minutes of footage. Louie Barletta described watching Marc's rise. "I met Marc when he was 17. I watched him achieve all his skateboard dreams, and I sat next to him at the Away Days premiere only to later watch his career fall apart. Because after the peak came the fall. Enjoi and business, building a brand." Beyond his skating, Marc Johnson was also a businessman. He co-founded Enjoi Skateboards, a brand that became globally recognized for its creative branding and iconic panda mascot. Enjoi wasn't just another skate company, it had personality, humor, a team of riders who matched Marc's creative energy. But business wasn't easy, and Marc was candid about the financial pressures of professional skateboarding. Over his career, he was sponsored by major brands including Lakai Limited Footwear, his longest shoe partnership, Chocolate Skateboards, Thunder Trucks, Spitfire Wheels, and earlier in his career, Maple, Etnies, and America. But despite the sponsorships and the fame, Marc struggled. The dark years, addiction and recovery. Behind the creativity and the genius, Marc Johnson was fighting a private battle. He struggled with alcoholism. In a 2013 interview with Jenkem magazine, Marc opened up about his recovery. He said, "I've been clean for a long time, but getting clean wasn't easy, and staying clean was even harder." Louie Barletta revealed that Marc once told him something heartbreaking. He said, he wanted to be remembered for his skateboarding, not for his failures or shortcomings. Think about that. A man at the top of his sport worried that his struggles would define him instead of his art. By the time Marc visited Barletta in May 2026, he appeared sober and healthy. He was proud of his recovery. He was optimistic about the future, family, and personal life, the father he wanted to be. Now, let me talk about the side of Marc Johnson that most people never saw. Marc was a father. In an interview, he spoke about the fear and weight of parenthood. He said, "The scariest part of having a child is worrying about how you will provide for it, and then always wondering whether or not you're a good parent, if you're doing a good job bringing the little one up. For me, it's been an almost constant state of worry. I carry the weight for sure." He wanted to be the father he never had. He wanted to break the cycle of abandonment and addiction that marked his own childhood. As for a girlfriend or partner, Marc kept his romantic life extremely private. He once said he was building a new wood shop for furniture construction and spending time with his lady. But names and details were never made public. He also revealed that he was no longer concerned about his difficult upbringing because he would build his own family. Quote, "I never had much of a family experience, but I will have built my own family in the future." That was Marc, always looking forward, always building. Net worth and sponsors, the financial reality. So how much was Marc Johnson worth? Estimates place his net worth between $1 million and $3 million. That might sound low for a legend, but skateboarding even at the professional level is not the NBA. The money comes from sponsorships, shoe deals, board sales, and video parts. At his peak, Marc earned from major sponsors, including Lakai Footwear, his signature shoe, Chocolate Skateboards, Thunder Trucks, Spitfire Wheels, Matix Clothing. His biggest financial contribution was co-founding Enjoi Skateboards, a brand that sold worldwide. But Marc was never about the money, he was about the art, the creativity, the skateboarding. The final visit, a list of dreams. Let me take you back to that final visit. Less than a month before his death, Marc Johnson drove to San Jose to see his old friend Louie Barletta. He was sober, he was healthy, he seemed genuinely excited about the future. They spent hours reminiscing about the old days, the tilt mode army, the glory years, the struggles. And then, before Marc left, he handed Barletta an envelope. Inside was a 3-page list handwritten. It contained all of Marc's hopes and dreams for the future. Barletta later wrote, "He told me he wanted to be remembered for his skateboarding, not for his failures or shortcomings. He was just a poor kid from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who grew up in a trailer at the end of a dirt road. Yet he made it out, traveled the world, and touched so many lives." That envelope, those dreams, that visit. Was Marc looking for closure? Was he saying goodbye without saying it? Barletta doesn't know. and neither do we. Tribute. Marc Johnson died on the 26th of May 2026. He was 49 years old. His cause of death remains unknown, but his cause in life was never a mystery. He was a genius on a skateboard, a tortured soul off it, a poor kid from a North Carolina trailer park who traveled the world and inspired millions. Thrasher magazine announced his passing. Tributes poured in from skateboarding legends. Steve Caballero wrote, "Rest in peace, Marc. Thank you for your commitment and contribution to skateboarding. Wish this could be avoided. Know that you are and were loved." Louie Barletta said, "Without a shadow of a doubt, Marc Johnson was the single most influential person in my life. Everything he did was art. But here's what I want you to remember. Marc Johnson wanted to be remembered for his skateboarding. Not his failures, not his struggles, not his demons. So remember him landing that impossible trick in Fully Flared. Remember him redefining what street skating could be. Remember the genius who turned every sidewalk, every stair set, every rail into a canvas. He was just a poor kid from Winston-Salem, but he made it out, and now he's free. Rest in peace, Marc Johnson. You were a genius. You were a tortured soul, and you will never be forgotten." Thanks for watching. If this tribute meant something to you, please like and subscribe. Share your favorite Marc Johnson memory in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.